Guys, welcome to my channel Lessons at Fingertips. In this channel, we are going to discuss on some very important topics in some very simple words so that it becomes very easy for you to understand it and go through the topics. So today our topic of discussion is going to be consumption theories. Well, you all know that we earn, right? We individual, we earn an income. Now that income we utilize it for consumption purpose. Now the thing is, consumption is not always predetermined, or it may be predetermined. We do not know that. So based on these theorems, we actually have some hypotheses, right? That whether the consumption is predetermined, whether it is based on expectations, or whether it's just based on the current income. Okay, we have these theorems. What are these theorems? Absolute income hypothesis, relative income hypothesis, permanent income hypothesis, life cycle hypothesis, and random walk hypothesis. These are the persons who gave these theorems, and the years are also mentioned here. Please take a note to this, because sometimes it comes in the question in the chronological order, right? To write it in the chronological order. Now the thing is, I will be explaining you each and every hypothesis, but today in this topic we will be discussing about absolute income hypothesis. Okay. Now, what is the absolute income hypothesis? It was given by Dursonbury in the year 1936. Okay. Now, as per this absolute income hypothesis, you can see here I have underlined it. It's basically based on what, that the aggregate consumption will be depending upon the current disposable income. Okay. So it depends upon the current disposable income. So I can say that this consumption the income is actually function of what? YD, isn't it? This is the current disposable income. Okay. Now that is what consumption depends on, a prior knowledge of human nature based upon experience. Means what? You know, you are not going to just spend all of a sudden, right? It's a prior knowledge. You already know that these are the things you need to purchase. Okay, you need to make purchase of all the things. So that is based upon what? Experience. That is based upon past experience. What does that imply? Suppose a vegetable seller is selling in the market. Now how is he going to know that how much vegetables should I bring in the market tomorrow? Based on the past experience. That is the thing. That is what it says in absolute income hypothesis. Then he also said that the consumption function is basically non-linear. In short run, and it is in long run it is linear. Why is that so? In short run, we say what? If this absolute income hypothesis by Keynes is a short run hypothesis, it's not long run. I will tell you here one thing is that Keynes gave short run hypothesis, not the long run. From where did we get this long run hypothesis? It was given by Keynesian. Keynes and Keynesian, there is a difference. It's not the same. Who are Keynesian? They are the followers of the Keynes, right? Now Keynes always said, we are not going to live for long. Abhi present ka we need to think, right? So present ka, if we are thinking, that is for short run. So in short run, the consumption is what? Non-linear. It's non-linear. So why is it non-linear? That implies that MPC is greater than APC, isn't it? But in long run, the Keynesian theorem says APC is equals to MPC. Okay? That is, and also it is said that in the short run, MPC is lying between 0 to 1. It is said what? That MPC is lying between 0 to 1, and that in Keynesian it is said that MPC is constant. It's constant. Means what? Here in short run MPC is going to change the slope, but here in long run MPC is not going to change the slope. Let us first draw a diagram here. If I show you the diagram, this is the 45-degree line. This is what the 45-degree line. What does that imply? What does this 45-degree line imply? It implies that whatever is the income is the consumption. What is this? This is the income, Y, and this is what? The consumption, right? Now, very important portion is the constant where we can say y is actually equals to c. Now, how am I going to draw the Keynes? See, for the Keynes, you can say that the slope is actually changed, right? Sorry. This was this and this was this, right? So the slope is here actually changed. Like this. Okay? There will be a change in the slope. And what is this point? This is called the break-even point. Maybe my diagram is not that good, but please try and understand this. What is this? Here the slope, here MPC is actually greater than, here this is in the short run and this is in the long run, right? Here MPC is what? Increasing. The slope is increasing of the MPC, and here the slope of MPC is decreasing. What does this imply? Understand it very nicely. This implies that, you know, here in short run, as the income is increasing, the consumption is also increasing. Okay, as the income is increasing, the consumption is also increasing. But always remember, in the absolute income hypothesis, the income increases at a much larger rate than that of the consumption. As the income increases, the consumption also increases, but income increases at a larger rate than that of the consumption. The consumption does not increase at so much of rate like that of the income. Now here the MPC, the slope of the MPC is increasing, but here the slope of the MPC is decreasing. But as you can see, as per the Keynesian theorem, the slope of MPC remains constant. Okay, so here you have understood that he said consumption is non-linear in short run. Keynes said consumption is non-linear in short run, that is APC greater than MPC. But it's linear in the long run. Isn't it linear in the long run? Yes, it's linear in the long run. Okay. Now if you see that here, yes, till this, if I call this one as B, this is B, that's the break-even point. Till the break-even point, the slope of MPC is increasing. After the break-even point, the slope of MPC will be reducing. It will start falling. Okay. Why is it falling? Because here we are starting to do the savings. You see, whatever is the income, after that the increase in income, whatever is the increase in income, that is greater than the increase in consumption. Here, why is MPC increasing? Because here, whatever is the increase in income, consumption is also increasing at larger rate. Here consumption is increasing at a larger rate. For example, if you have got a new job, earning a lot. Now what you will do, you will start purchasing your all necessary good, and you will see in the first month your expenses are much more than the second month, than the third month. Okay, even if in short run you cannot realize it, but you will see the first year of your job, your expenses are much more than the second year of your job, than the third year of your job. Why is that so? Because at the beginning, when the consumer starts its income, they have to buy a lot of things. Okay, you are in high spirit and you will be buying a lot of things. You will start needing a lot of things. But in future, you won't be needing the same thing. You have already purchased 3 ACs. What will you do with a 4th AC if you are not even having the rooms for the AC? Isn't it? So your expenses will be falling. That is what is happening. When the MPC is increasing, means what? The increase in consumption is more than the increase in income. But later, after the break-even point, what happens? The increase in income is more than the increase in consumption. Understanding? And that's why the slope is falling, which is happening after the break-even point. Now, very important thing is that, thus he assumed that the relation between consumption and income is non-proportional and irreversible. Definitely it's non-proportional. It's not like whatever is the increase in income is equal to the increase in consumption. This is not happening. This is not happening. In short run, the increase in consumption is more than that of the increase in income, and in long run, the increase in consumption is less than that of the increase in income. So it's not or never proportional. Increase in income will lead to what? Both increase in savings as well as increase in consumption. Understanding the point, it's not that as per the absolute income hypothesis, it's not that whatever you are earning, you're spending it for consumption. No, you are also saving it. Understanding. Now, very important thing. Keep this in mind very nicely. Keynes and Keynesian. You see, Keynes said two very important things. One is MPC is lying between 0 to 1. That means what? It's changing the slope. Its range is 0 to 1. Also, he said APC is greater than MPC. This is also what it said. But the Keynesian said what? That MPC is constant. MPC is constant. It's not changing the slope. And it also said APC is equals to MPC. They also said this. They did not say that in this change in slope, they did not consider this change in slope. The Keynesian theory, the Keynesian hypothesis, they did not consider this change in slope. But Keynes believed that we are having two periods in our life. One, when we are going to increase our consumption. In the latter age, we are going to reduce the consumption. Okay. So this was taken into consideration by Keynes in the theorem of absolute income hypothesis. And Keynes basically, most of the whatever he considered was for short run, not for long run. Okay. Abhi ke liye zinda rehna hai. So that is for short run. Got it? I hope you are understanding this. I have tried to make you all understand it very clearly. Now you see, yes, here Keynes APC is less than MPC. Yes, APC is greater than MPC. As MPC is increasing, Y is increasing in short run. But in long run, APC is increasing, Y is increasing. In short run, what is happening? The increase in MPC is much more than the increase in Y, as I have said. Why? Because of MPS. In latter onwards, in the long run, we do savings. In short run, we are not doing savings. You won't be going to a job and start doing savings. No, you will fulfill your requirements first and then you will go for savings, isn't it? You won't be starting savings right from the beginning of your job. The same thing is happening here. But in Keynesian, MPC is equals to APC and MPC is constant. So this was almost all about absolute income hypothesis. Guys, if you have got any problems, do mention in comments. Ask me questions. I will definitely try to answer all of you. And I hope you like this video. Please hit a like, do share my channel and subscribe to my channel. I am going to bring out new videos. Almost I will try to make it very soon, and some important topics we are going to discuss. We will be discussing on all this hypothesis, and I will try to make it very simple and easy so that you guys can make it keep it in mind and it helps you all. I hope you like this video. Thank you. Bye bye.